Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Adani Omajel Sarobu. So on today's video, we'll be drafting a pattern for pencil skirt. If you find this content helpful, please do wait to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you. So the measurement we'll be needing for this video: the round waist, the hip measurement, the waist to hip measurement, and also the full length measurement. So the things we'll be needing for today's video: we'll be needing a measuring book. We'll be needing our pattern master. We'll be needing our tape. We'll be needing our marker and also our scissors. So now we'll be taking our measurement. We'll assume that the starting of the pattern paper is our waistline. Now we'll be trying to get our waist to hip line. Our waist to hip line is 9 inches. Note that for a shorter person, you can use 8.5. You can use 8, 8.5, and 9. While for a taller person, you can also use 9, 9.5, and 10. So for this video, we'll be using 9 inches. We'll be taking 9 inches to get all through to get a straight line. Now we'll be connecting with our pattern master. So the next measurement we'll be taking is our full length measurement. So for this particular skirt I'm making, I'll be using 18 inches. So I'll be taking 18 inches all through. So you can actually use more than 18 inches. If you want the skirt to be longer, you can go down by 20, 21, your choice. So we'll be connecting with our pattern master. And we'll be taking 2 inches for our folding allowance or aiming allowance. So we'll be taking 2 inches all through to get a straight line. Then we'll be connecting with our pattern master. So our hip point, our waist line, then our full length, our folding allowance or aiming allowance. Always know that the CF is on fold, the center front. So in case, so you don't forget, just write on fold, just as a reminder. Now I'll be taking our measurement. The waist measurement I'm using for this video is 33. So 33 divided by 4 will give us 8.25 plus additional 1 inch for that. And for the hip line, my hip measurement is 41 divided by 4, that's 10.25. So I'll be taking my 10.25. So on my full length, I'll be taking out 2 from my hip allowance and divided by 4. That'll give me 9.75. Also the same thing on my allowance. So you can actually take out 1 or 2. It depends on how pencil you want your skirt to be. So now I'll be connecting with my rule. I'll be using the curved part. Then for the down part, I'll use the straight part to give me that skirt shape. So I'll be adding additional 1 inch sewing allowance. So you can actually add 2 inches, 3 inches to your side seam, but I'll be using 1. So it depends on you. And I'll also be connecting with my rule. I'll be using the curved part here and the straight. Okay, now to get our dart, we'll be using our nipple to nipple measurement. Mine is 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I'll be taking 4 for my center front and 4 downwards too. So also I'll be taking 4 again for my center front in order for me to get a very straight line. So now I'll be connecting my line. Okay, now I'll be taking half inches on both sides. Half inches on both sides. Half inches. And I'll be connecting it to the line I drew before. So now I'm connecting it to the line. So this is it for our dart. So now we are done with the front part. We'll cut. So now we've cut out the front part. So for the back part, we'll be taking 1.5 inch for our zip allowance. 1.5 inches for our zip allowance. So I'll be taking 20 inches, 18 for the full length and 2 for my folding allowance. So that's our zip allowance. So now we're placing the front part starting from where my zipper allowance ended. And I'll be cutting out the back. So now I'll be tracing out the hip line and also the dart line. Now for the dart, the back dart, same thing, 4 inches downward. And I'll be connecting the line. Just the way I took 1/2 inches on the both side for the front part, same thing I am doing for the back part. So for the slit, I'll be taking 7 inches. And on that point, I'll be taking 1/2 inch also. Not up to, okay, like cut 1/2 inch. While on the waistline, I'll be taking 1/2 inch. On the hip line, I'll be taking 1 inch. And I'll be connecting my lines. So I'll be connecting my line. And so for this part, I'll be taking out this part, I'll be cutting out this part. So now cut. You have to be very careful, like extremely careful here. So I'm taking out that part So that is it for the back body. We are done with the back body. The back part. So for the front part, we'll be coming down by half an inch, and we'll be connecting the line to where the dart started from, and so cut out that part. And guys, we are actually done. So please do subscribe and check out for my next video. We'll actually be transferring this into fabric, and I'll be teaching you guys how to sew this lovely skirt. Please do wait to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.